Everybody, it's No Pants' break from the cinematics to give you some animated Batman stuff for the time being. And right now we're doing a Superman-Batman collaboration, kind of since the hype is up right now with the whole new Batman-Superman movie. And I guess I'm going to give it over to Kevin to tell you about it.
Okay. This one's Batman Superman Apocalypse. It's a loose sequel to Batman Superman Public Enemies, which is meh. Starts off good. Ends kind of weird. We might get to that one hopefully. I don't own it though, so I have to buy it. But this is, I figure with these DC animated originals, they really got good when they did Batman Under the Red Hood, and this is the one that followed that. So not as good, but I remember it being solid. I've only watched it once or twice. I don't remember a ton about it. But so about the Batman Superman relationship. Do they strike you as good allies?
I mean, yeah, because they're obviously two of the biggest badasses ever, but I don't know. They conflict sometimes. I mean, their attitudes and stuff. Obviously, they conflict in the comics, but yeah, I love the Red Sun, the whole everything about that. But I don't know. It's obviously like usually one-sided whenever they fight because Superman is just so impervious, but Batman always figures something out.
Yeah.
And then like most of the time beats the shit out of him. It's pretty awesome, but
yeah, like I like the Justice League cartoon, and a good writer can make any characters even polar opposites like Batman and Superman work, but to me they don't really fit together well. I kind of think of Batman being his own separate universe.
yeah.
Like to me it really makes the Riddler look like nothing if Batman's out, fighting galactic invasions with the Justice League every other week.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make anybody but the Joker seem like a real threat.
Yeah, that's very true.
And like I can't really point to any of my favorite stories where Batman and Superman team up. All my favorite Batman and Superman crossovers are where they fight each other.
Yeah.
Frank Miller's take on Batman with the epic showdown at the end, and Superman Red Sun, obviously, where Batman's like an anarchist.
Yeah. Anarchist to the commie regime.
Yeah.
Just damn commies.
Yeah, V for Batman. But yeah, maybe this will remind me how they can work together good as a team. This has Kevin Conroy returning as Batman and Tim Daly returning as Superman, which for 90s kids, that's like the definitive Superman Batman.
Yeah, they were the voice actors from the animated series that DC put out, both those. Obviously, tons and tons of nostalgia points for lots of people around the globe just for those. So, especially Batman for me. I have the seasons on DVD, but
yeah, I don't know about you, but when I read a Batman comic, I don't hear Christian Bale, I hear Kevin Conroy in my head.
Yeah, I agree.
And the two major players in this are Supergirl, which, they said about Supergirl, and Darkseid's the villain. You don't know much about Darkseid, right?
Yeah, I don't know too much. You said he was like a space, like universal intergalactic Satan Lucifer beast.
Yeah, I don't know much about Darkseid in the comics because I don't read a bunch of DC, but in the movies and cartoons, he's pretty much the space devil. His whole stick is he wants to find the anti-life equation, which is the mathematic formula for life and death. And that's why he's out conquering planets. And he's space devil because Jack Kirby created these characters called the New Gods, which were literally space gods, like Thor and the Asgardians.
Yeah.
These were the space gods, and Darkseid was the one that went bad and got cast out. And his role is kind of to trick and mess with super beings and turn them over to the dark side. So.
Like Darth Vader.
Yeah, like Darth Vader, Space Lucifer.
Yeah, Space Lucifer.
So yeah, him and Batman. Him and Superman have a bunch of epic battles in the cartoons. But that's all I really know about him. So maybe this will remind me why he's a good villain.
Yeah. Is he the only villain in it?
I mean, he's got like his own henchmen who have names and histories, but I can't think of them.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's all I got. Any last words? You looking forward to this? Or?
Do they? Are you looking forward to this? Is it part of the Justice League and the two of them go after him, or are they like Superman's like calls Gotham and he's like, "Yo, Batman, we gotta go fuck shit up"? Or...
If I recall, Darkseid comes to Earth to kidnap Supergirl because like he failed to corrupt Superman. So like here's his way to get back at him.
Yeah.
And somehow only Batman comes to help. Like I know Wonder Woman's in this, but I have no idea if she fights Darkseid or not. But yeah, I think it's just Batman and Superman versus Darkseid and his army.
Okay.
So I guess that's it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Have an afterword, obviously, with some better insight, probably.
Hopefully. Hopefully it won't just be meh.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, see you on a bit. So Lloyd, how do you enjoy watching the movies since this was your first time?
Coming back from this, which I don't know if I can get it close up or how well it'll focus because it's all shiny and holographic 3D. But it was interesting. I'd never seen it before. There we go. I'd never seen it before, but it was cool to me that they had the original voice actors from the animated series on there. However, I don't know. It was just so. I don't really know how I would explain it. Like sometimes I felt like it was rushed, and sometimes I felt like it was like just kind of like frustrated at times.
Yeah.
But
they definitely took a step back from Under the Red Hood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the Batman artwork, it was kind of, I don't want to say bad because it had the same, like, didn't he have that in Under the Red Hood? I had the little like cut on his cowl like that, the little diagram.
Maybe.
I feel like it did.
Because that came before this. They probably didn't change the art style up too much.
But the lips were just so weird to me. Like I don't feel like it was like that in Red Hood, but
yeah,
they look kind of funky.
Yeah, I almost enjoyed us riffing on it more than the movie.
Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah. If you're a Superman fan, this might be more up your alley. If you're in it for the Batman,
Yeah. However, that being said, Batman does actually fight and overcome, in a sense, Darkseid, whereas Superman really never. I mean, I guess he in the end puts him away, but that isn't to sort of say defeats him. He just kind of like, well, we'll see you later.
Yeah, Batman's more. It's more so Batman and Supergirl that defeat Darkseid.
Mm-hmm.
They go to Darkseid's planet to get back Supergirl, who's been kidnapped to be brainwashed into Darkseid's newest henchman.
Yeah.
And
the leader of his elite force.
His elite
I forget
guard or something.
what they
had
called
a
it.
title.
Yeah.
But Batman infiltrates like his fuel storage area, and apparently it's some kind of futuristic fuel that's like highly unstable. So he rigs a bunch of bombs and he goes and threatens Darkseid. And Darkseid beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But then he realizes, if I kill you, I won't know how to disarm
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So, and the way he does it is very like, he just utterly beats the shit out of Batman, and then he's just holding him out over the abyss of lava or whatever, and he's like, you win. Like, it's like, just so...
Checkmate, you got me.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
He says that, he's like, well played, and he like smiles about it, like he's happy.
Yeah, that's a cool thing about being dark. That's a cool thing about Darkseid. He doesn't mind losing if like you stoop to his level.
Yeah. Which clearly, Batman, the Archon of Justice, will stoop to his level, and yet Superman, the one who kills people, will not. So.
Yeah. Darkseid even says this. He's like, if Wonder Woman or Superman had pulled this, I'd have called it bluff. But I'm gonna take you seriously because this is how you humans fight. You'll sacrifice your own.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. there wasn't really a whole lot of Gotham interaction in the movie. In the beginning, there is. And what was cool about that was that they stuck with the whole animated series, like blimp Gotham thing. They kind of gave it like a modernized facelift in saying that they had made them, I can't remember exactly the terms they used for it, but essentially they were droned blimps. They were just surveillance blimps, like cameras with like spotlights. But I thought that was pretty neat. And then most of the movie takes place in Metropolis and Apocalypse. There we go. But
the Zeppelin show that Bruce Timm worked on this though.
Yeah.
Because that's his personal touch.
Yeah. There was you could tell throughout some of the movie though that they had kind of catered it towards maybe not adults or teens, but like teenagers.
Yeah.
Late, like mid to late teenagers. It says bitch.
Yeah.
There's some kind of risque wardrobe moments with Supergirl.
There's one brutal kill.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 kills in the movie overall, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely not like just like a super kid friendly thing. Granted, when you're in your early 20s and you're rewatching the animated series, it's not necessarily a kid friendly thing either, because you're like, wow, what was I watching when I was 5? But I guess that's what makes 90s kids badasses and 2000s kids that watch Justin Bieber fat, whatever. But
I don't know. They have Adventure Time. Doesn't that have some subtext?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Adventure Time.
I mean, there must be some reason you're watching it 20
I watch Adventure Time, so I can't really argue there.
I don't know any other modern cartoons though that have an older audience appeal.
Regular show.
But
yeah.
But yeah. When Batman the Animated Series came out, people from 5 to 30 were watching it.
Yeah.
Like, my mom loved it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean and I really miss watching this and other Batman animated, DC animated films. Makes me really miss when like blockbuster animated movies were out in theaters, because now like I'm not saying like these movies are bad or anything, but like CGI has taken over and it's taken things to a new level. But it's like, if it's not Pixar, then it's real time, and if it's not either of those, it's not a theater.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid and going to see like Lion King and like Aristocrats and stuff like that in the movie theater. And it's cool to see an animated movie that is so well done, and they have good voice actors, but is also friendly to, I guess, all audiences, or maybe not friendly to kids, but kids will watch it and be just as entertained as an adult, so to say.
Yeah, there's not been any adult friendly or aimed at like teenagers animated movies in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Except for like maybe Toy Story 3 and like Wreck-It Ralph, that they're kids movies, but there's just enough to appeal to an older audience.
That was pure nostalgia is what they were riding on there. I think the last real animated adult movie would be like Roger Rabbit. I mean, that was forever ago, and it was like a hybrid movie.
Yeah, I can't give you a counter offer.
Yeah, it's a good movie too. But anyways, back to Superman, Batman. Seeing the team up was interesting. It was kind of funny because you would see them kind of nonchalantly bitch about each other. Like Supergirl's talking to Superman at one point, and he's like, or Supergirl says something like, "What was his problem?" And Superman's like, "Who, all grumpy?" It's just like making fun of Batman.
Yeah, and Supergirl calls him grumpy ass at one point.
Yeah, old grumpy ass. Yeah. So I mean, there's kind of some little wordplay and teasing, but they're, as a team overall, I guess they work together. But really, in terms of action, they didn't really even work together.
Did Wonder Woman just feel shoehorned into you?
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah, she shows up to train Supergirl, and it's just unnecessary. I guess they just wanted to cram another superhero in here because she's entitled to take care of Supergirl because she's a lady.
Yeah.
So every lady superhero, it just falls under Wonder Woman's domain.
Yeah, that's how it seems, like how they tried to roll it. And then towards the end, they were like, why would I give Darkseid Supergirl when he can have the Amazon champion? But I mean, again, that's just like thrown in there, like we were saying, like it's kind of frustrated feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, and she doesn't even have, like, Wonder Woman doesn't even have anything on this whole sleeve. There's no Wonder Woman.
She's not advertised.
But she has such like a, not almost a big role in the movie, but she's there long enough to, I feel, at least have like a little picture, you know?
Yeah, they spend 20 minutes or so on, I think Themyscira is the Amazon island. And that's cool. There's this big showdown between, if you know Superman comics, the first guy that killed Superman was Doomsday. And they have this big epic showdown and they both die. And somehow Darkseid cloned Doomsday and made like an army out of him. And the Amazons fight his Doomsday clones. Which is pretty cool, although the Amazons don't fight like Greeks or Spartans, even though they're using the same weapons.
Yeah.
Like they're forming the Thalinks.
Yeah. Yeah, they, at one point it was even kind of like very 300 reminiscent with that battle,
Yeah.
like the way that they were shooting the action, but it was still like they were just kind of getting overwhelmed and like they were lucky to have superheroes there.
Yeah.
But as far as the way Darkseid treats them, you know, physically, that is, I mean, he really basically just beats the shit out of everybody he comes in contact with, and then finally Supergirl gets like a crazy, like, hidden potential outburst, like Gohan style, and just fucks his shit up. But
he endures.
yeah, he still endures, and then and I like, basically when they start to get in a fight, Superman comes in and he's like, I'm gonna stop this. Then Darkseid basically throws him almost into the sun. And it takes,
that was awesome.
It takes like literally a foot of being away from the sun to wake Superman back up to like, oh my god, it's so bright, I guess, or something.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's like him absorbing radiation. It's just like, oh shit, this was really hot.
yeah, and then he comes back.
Yeah, Superman makes a lot of tough talking. That's like, oh, I'm gonna avenge these people you killed, and no, he just loses really bad to Darkseid.
He really kind of does. Like, it shines as a Superman movie because that's the theme. There's like Superman, Supergirl, there's even Superdog or whatever the dog's name
Crypto
is.
as a
Crypto,
cameo.
Crypto. That's it. But really when it comes down to it, Supergirl wins and Batman kind of has a hand in it. And, and it's just kind of frustrated feeling, you know? I mean, I'd rewatch it, but it's no... Yeah, it's no Red Hood. It's no Phantasm even, you know.
No, this isn't one of the greatest. But we know some funny subtext. I think Batman got lucky. Definitely at one point.
Yeah. We noticed that what was the girl, the ex-captain, Marta?
Big Barda.
Barda. I'm thinking Marta because the freaking trail the other day. But yeah, Barda. They go to recruit Barda to go back to Apocalypse and try to find Doomsday's clones and what's his name?
Darkseid.
Darkseid. Yeah, I don't know why I just thought. I keep thinking of like, why would that be someone's name? Because it's like the evil part of the Force. But anyways. It's just like, so it keeps eluding me. But anyways, they go to recruit her, and when they get there, Batman's not with them. But once they're inside, Batman's just kind of there. Yeah,
Batman just appears in the shadows, as Batman's prone to do.
Yeah, and he's always wearing his like full cowl.
Yeah, like he's all
cape,
wrapped up.
Yeah, wrapped up. And when Barda answers the door, she's only wearing a towel.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, when I said that you could call me anytime, I didn't mean like right now because this is a bad time. So while I'm sure this isn't what was implied.
Unless some animator was just having a good time and didn't like run this by somebody.
Yeah, I still feel like Batman was in there doing his thing, being Bruce Wayne for a moment, and
yeah, she appears to be single. Nobody's living with her.
Yeah, and then and they also leave Batman on what was it called?
I'm gonna say Themyscira. I could be wrong. or Amazon. I feel like they Mascara.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but they leave Batman there
Twice.
twice. So it's like, what is he doing while he's there? You know, because everybody there looks down on men. They're like a women-dominated
Yeah,
society. So
but apparently it's cool that Batman's hanging out here.
Yeah.
Like, that's no problem apparently.
yeah,
So we like to think he's giving them an education of what the one thing men are good for.
yeah, basically, yeah.
A lot of little Bruce Waynes are gonna be running around.
But I guess next film we'll be doing will be the start of the Schumacher films.
Hopefully.
And we should be hopefully having a couple of friends over for that one. So we'll see. You guys can have another guest. Hasn't been a guest since Mono's accidental appearance.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I guess Indy's random incursions, but yeah, I thought, I guess if I was gonna rate the movie overall, I'd give it maybe a 6.57 out of 10.
It's a rental. If it's on sale, if it's less than $10, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess I bought this right off the bat because Red Hood came out, and I was like, that's it, I'm gonna buy them all because it was such a high bar, and they took a step back. But yeah.
Next animated film we come at you with could be better or worse.
Yeah.
Hopefully better. We have better. We're just being.
I think I think all the Batman related ones are better than this, except for remember Gotham Knights, the one that came out
with Dark Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even want to watch that again. That's god awful.
I've not heard. The only good thing I've heard about that whole thing is that one part of it was decent. That's all I've heard good about it.
What's his name? Not Deathstroke. Deadshot has an appearance, and that one's okay. I think Killer Croc's in it, maybe.
Yeah, but there's plenty of good animated features out there that we just haven't touched on / decided not to touch on starting up because, again, we wanted to bring something with Superman and Batman because of the hype with the movie.
And this is what I had on hand. So.
Yeah, and potentially we have someone wanting to do Red Hood with us, so we didn't want to do Red Hood and rob friends of opportunity to talk about nerd shit with us. So.
But yeah, there's plenty more awesome ones. Return of the Joker, Mask of the Phantasm, Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2.
Year one. Year one's good.
The Justice League movies featuring Batman, Crisis on Two Earths is really good. You've not seen that one. Flashpoint Paradox is amazing.
Seen that one. I want to.
It's amazing. Like Punisher Batman. And Justice League War just came out. It's good. So much more good things to come.
Yeah, maybe when we get done, because there's like 2 Tim Burton movies and 2 Schumacher movies. Maybe after the next 2 podcasts with the ratings and reviews on those, we'll do another animated short.
Yeah.
The longevity of the whole project, we'll do another animated film regardless. We'll plan on doing a couple of them actually, but it's just figuring out where to put them and when to film them and etc. in accordance with the other films that we've been trying to figure out. So. And
with trying to get friends on board.
Yeah. So those of you who want to sign up, quit kidding around and beating around the bush and let's do it. But that being said, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch.
Superman fans should be pleased.
Yeah, it's definitely like you said. It's a little more fun to poke fun at than to just sit and watch. But it was an entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. So definitely give it a try if you haven't, and if you're let down by it.
You're warned.
No Pants Productions holds no ties to the views or commentaries labeled in the. I can't remember that whole warning before movies, but anyways. when it's not our fault.
The views expressed in this motion picture do not match the views expressed by this YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's this YouTube channel, exactly. That's exactly what I meant to say. So there you have it. Check it out, maybe not. And regardless, we'll see you next time with another Batman movie, and keep hanging out with that Cape Crusader.